Okay, it is January 20th, 2024. First podcast of this year. And we got a little bit to cover from a couple things in the gaming space as to the entertainment world, sports world, politics, Twitch's, shit with their CEO and a couple other things which I'll go on as well. The music you're gonna hear is 808 Diffraction, who is by far one of the best blenders I've heard within audio in quite some time. The one thing I will say is, y'all know I love music, and I'm always trying to find out, the people that I can play within my own content with permission from them. But I'm gonna start off with this real quick, and this basically, can't believe I need to say this. If myself and another vet are giving you real world examples as to what we would fucking do with all the bullshit and the bullshittery that's happening with all these people that do egregious crimes such as child molestation, child rapist, pedophilia, all this other shit, and you have an issue with that, that says a lot about you as the person and all the other crap. Because we were like, hey, put them in a fucking coliseum, let them fight to the fucking death, let them kill one another, and be done with it. And to get rid of the taxpayer having to fund private jail cells, because every single one is a jail cell that the taxpayer pays for, especially if they're serving a life sentence. Two, it would show that, hey, these are the consequences of your action. You're not just going to go sit behind bars and do nothing. Three, it would actually do more good for that in the long run. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you just can't do that. That's inhumane. So what's inhumane is the way that we would treat them versus how they treated their victim. Now, I get it. It's a very, very dark topic. And if you don't like that speech, I understand. It's graphic. But when we change subjects, you don't chime in whatsoever. Ever. Drop the topic and move on. You did not say, and I'm quoting an exact statement that somebody had said. It's not like I'm saying you don't have a First Amendment. Not just to myself, but another fellow vet. You do not say that. You move the fuck on, because you saying that means that, I just wanted to get the last word in. And then you trying to change topics and messaging me about shit like that only reinforces the notion that you have an issue with this, instead of like, okay, it's a little dark, I get where you're coming from, but let's move on. That's how you could have worded that, instead of saying the bullshit that you fucking told myself and Boogie. And if you're ever watching this episode, you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. Now, in the realm of darkness and everything else, you guys know I've been dealing with an issue for the past 3.5+ years. I finally have areas to contact. I'm waiting until I get paid so I can go through and take care of the things that I need to take care of. When the results of everything comes to fruition, then I'll share everything that I'm allowed to. But just know I've actively been taking care of things. And it's not like, past 3 weeks after my birthday, I've just been idly sitting by. I've been paying attention to things. I've been seeing essentially more on what's really going on in the gaming, streaming, and content creation worlds. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm at the point where I don't plan on stopping. I'm at the point where I'm going to do whatever I can to succeed. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking buy viewers or buy subs or buy followers like all of these other people are, want to do. I am gonna find another way to more or less, excuse me, more or less survive in this economy. Whether that's to, streaming from full time to part time until things balance out, or I start taking on gigs through Fiverr and other stuff. And I do have a gig on Fiverr where I will help set people's OBS up for, a small fee. On the notion of the other thing, and I need to set it up. I need to set up the gig. I plan to have it to where I'll create your OBS and you let me know, not OBS, your Discord, and you let me know what you want in there. How advanced you want to, or how basic to advanced, either or. Now there'll be a basic package and a more in-depth package, but aside from that, you let me know how much you want in your Discord. If y'all can't tell, I did a little rework while I was taking off, while I took off as well. I got the Destiny posters up. There's some up here, which up there where you kind of can't see. Let me put that like that. There we go. And yeah, now I have been enjoying playing Escape from Tarkov this wipe, and I plan to play a little more throughout the time that I'm streaming. However, I'm not gonna sit there and grind out like a lot of other people do. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have a rotation of games that I plan to play and everything within there. Now, I will tell you, whenever it comes to Destiny, once the Moments of Triumph 2023 are available to do, I'm instantly going through there and I'm going to take care of all that and getting the seal and then not touching it until final shit comes out. Or unless people need help with certain things, which in that case, they need to reach out to me on Discord. Whether that's in a mutual server or whether you're in mine. You need to reach out to me if you want help on Destiny. I'm okay with helping you out with raids. I'm okay with, helping you out with Grandmasters if you need help with Grandmasters. I'm not the best at Grandmasters, but I can, do my damnedest to try to help. When it comes to gaming, I've gotten I purchased Sniper Elite 4 and I plan to completely 100% on Steam to include Better Than the Best, which is complete the game on Authentic Plus with no manual saves. We'll just have to see how that goes. Now, speaking of gaming, Path of Exile 2. There's no release date on this, but I can tell you this is a much bigger improvement than the predecessor, Path of Exile 1. You're going to have WASD controls, which is WASD. You know how you can move on a MMO with movement like that. Look, the aspects and everything else where you can zoom out are big time improved. Like, this, like, Path of Exile 2 has a lot, and just listen to these just listen to the freaking classes. You have the original classes: the Witch, the Ranger, the Duelist, the Shadow, Templar, and Marauder. And then you have the new classes: the Warrior, the Huntress, the Sorceress, which may be the Scion, the Mercenary, the Monk, and the motherfucking Druid. I am instantly going to be going as the druid whenever I get that. And I'm going to dive deep into that whenever it's available. And speaking of diving deep into a game, I don't care about the prices of Southwest. I am eagerly waiting on Season 3 for Diablo 4. Because there's a construct which you can pet and it can aid you and also help you with battles and stuff. I am really looking forward to this change. I foresee this season to be pretty damn good, especially with the rework on Helltides, which they're always up. No more waiting for, an hour in between. They're just going to constantly be rotating. They'll more than likely bounce from one section to another, or if the entire map's going to be red, that'd be even better. Now, I've said this before. Oh, wait, no, here it is. There'll be a brief 5-minute break. And then a new Helltide will appear. I've said this before. I wish the Butcher was a Helltide boss, like at the last couple minutes, with more health. He hits harder and moves faster, and is just overall a much harder boss and lives up to his name, the Butcher. Where you have everybody coming together. It's like a mini world boss, but stronger than some of the world bosses. There's several different updates within here, and all I can say is go to the link that's going to be below. Like, you can just see all of this. Like, click on the link below and then just read them over, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be good. And I'll put the link in the description below for you guys. Now, on Bungie, they've done something that should have done a long time ago, and that is character customization. Full customization, where you can edit different aspects of the face and the body and stuff, where you can add more depth to your character. There's a couple new armor sets, all the other stuff and everything. Where's that? On the 30th, I know that for a fact. There we go. Starting January 30th, Riven's Wishes will provide new weekly pursuits that players can complete to redeem a prize they're choosing from a pool of rewards each week for 6 straight weeks. That very same day, we will also be kicking off Moments of Triumph 2023. So this will be this is something that I'm going to be focusing on whenever that launches. Who knows? Maybe I might already have all the chumps done, and I just click done. And we go from there. But it's one of those things that I see that's going to be kind of interesting and all the other stuff. So before we dive into politics and Twitch, let's take a look at the Emmys first and foremost, because I know this was a big deal this year, especially with the amount of people on the Epstein's list. And there's an actor who's like, oh, I'm not a pedophile, I'm just from small town Indiana. And it's like, well, hopefully your name's not on there. But here's the winners if y'all didn't catch it. Outstanding Supporting Actress in Comedy Series, Aya Avery, The Bear. Outstanding Lead Actress, Quinta Brunson in Abbott Elementary. Outstanding Supporting Actress in Drama Series, Jennifer Coolidge, The White Lotus. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series or Actor, Matthew McFadden in Succession. Outstanding supporting actor, Ebon Moss Bachrach, The Bear. Outstanding lead actor, Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. Outstanding scripted variety series, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Outstanding supporting actress in a limited or anthology series or movie. This lady. I don't know how to say her name. I'm not even going to try. But it was basically the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Outstanding director for comedy series, Christopher Storer, The Bear. Outstanding writing for comedy series, Christopher Storer, The Bear. Outstanding reality competition program, RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't understand how, because I honestly view the chef or Top Chef and The Voice better than that, because it's just me. Outstanding writing for variety series, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Outstanding variety talk series, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and he pulls no punches. He's not like Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, or Stephen Colbert. Fuck these three little asshats, and fuck them pedophiles. Reason why I give Jon Stewart the day of time is because of his work with the firefighters of 9/11. He has been desperately trying to get Congress to get their heads out of their asses and get them more funding. Outstanding director for a limited anthology series, Lee Sung-jin, Beef. Outstanding supporting actor in a limited anthology series, Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird. Outstanding writing for a drama series, Jesse Armstrong for Succession. Outstanding writing for a limited anthology series or movie, Lee Sung-jin for Beef. Outstanding directing for a drama series, Mark Mylod, Succession. There was the Elton John Farewell from Dodger Stadium. That one for a variety special. Standing lead actor in a limited anthology series, again, Beef. Lead actress, Beef. Limited anthology, Beef. Lead actor was drama series, and all the other winners right here as well. So I don't know any of these. I don't really care. The only other aspect that I gotta say is this shit's about to get fucking wild. Because of this. This is insane. Like, straight up insane. I know that the Ravens and 49ers were going to do good. I did not foresee the Lions being where they're at, and same thing with the Bills. Bucks, and the Chiefs, they're the Chiefs. But as far as everything else, I did not see this far in the year. Now, when it comes to the right of self-defense, it doesn't just span from a country saying, stop attacking my citizens. Stop attacking my military. Stop attacking my nation. When you have two superpowers like the United States and the UK telling the Houthi rebels to stop attacking the shipping fleets and everything and leave our fucking boats alone, and you don't listen, you're gonna find her out. You know the notion, fuck around? Well, they found out. And I don't give a shit. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Saudi Arabia that opened up the skies in Yemen. Like, seriously. Shit's popping off in the Middle East, and people need to pay the fuck attention to what's going on, because it's gonna get bad. And I'm not joking. It's gonna get bad. Don't come crying to me, especially if you can't handle any amount of stress. I don't know what to do. I don't fucking lost. What? I'm just gonna tell you to suck it the fuck up. Walk the fuck away. Because I tried to warn people a while ago, especially whenever Biden got elected, that if you are in this current military, or if you were going in throughout the 4 years that he's president, y'all are fucked. That's it. Still want to join and serve your country, feel free to do so, but don't come crying to this vet if shit goes south and you don't know what to fucking do, because you can't handle somebody yelling at you in time of war. This little coke addict needs to go to jail. Because had I done anything remotely close to what this fucking cokehead drug addict and felon has done, I'd be in jail. Which brings me to this point. There's a two-tier justice system in America. If I illegally illegally possess a firearm, I go to jail. But if you're the president's son, you get protected. Or, if you're Hillary Clinton, you get protected. Or if you're, a former or current sitting member of Congress, you get protected. Why? Because they don't follow the same fucking rules as everybody else. There was a service member that did basically the same thing as what Hillary did. And he's still over in federal prison. I think he's in Leavenworth. Maybe somewhere, I don't fucking know. But he's still sitting over the brig. Hillary Clinton still has yet to face any charges. But this idiot, because he's the president's son, gets special fucking treatment, and it's wrong and immoral. And I don't agree with it. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You say the law violates the Second Amendment? No, dude. There's a way and a time to do so. You cannot possess a firearm if you are coked out of your mind, which you are half the damn time. Tax charges, fucking... He's just not... He gets away with everything. Now, I'm gonna do this. Pause the music. And I want y'all to listen to this, and I'll go to this next step. Here we go.
It's clear Americans are starting to feel President Biden's strong economy. Wages have risen faster than inflation for 10 months in a row. The unemployment rate has remained below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years. Inflation has fallen by about 2/3. It's clear Americans are starting to feel President Biden's strong economy. Wages have risen faster than inflation for 10 months in a row. The unemployment rate has remained below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years. Inflation has fallen by about 2/3. It's clear Americans are starting to feel President Biden's strong economy. Wages have risen faster than inflation for 10 months in a row. The unemployment rate has remained below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years. Inflation has fallen by about 2/3. It's clear Americans are starting to feel President Biden's strong economy. Wages have risen faster than inflation for 10 months in a row. The unemployment rate has remained below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years. Inflation has fallen by about 2/3. It's clear Americans are starting to feel President Biden's strong economy. Wages have risen faster than inflation for 10 months in a row. The unemployment rate has remained below 4% for the longest stretch in 50 years. Inflation has fallen by about 2/3. It's clear Americans are starting to feel President Biden's strong economy. Wages have...
Do you get the notion? While yes, it is under 4%, you can't say it's fallen by about 2/3 when you take in consideration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 months. And it's rising again. It's rising again. It's not falling. Fucking hate people who don't understand things. And speaking of people who don't understand things, this administration told my state to let Border Patrol agents in. And our response was, for what? Do we not understand the fucking notion as to who we are? When the fucking Mexican army told us to lay down our cannons, or give them back, I should say, we told them to come and take them. We are motherfucking Texas. We have a slogan that says, "Don't mess with Texas." If we were to break away from the US, do you understand how bad the economy would cripple? Houston is the energy capital, currently the energy capital of the fucking world. Port of Houston. Okay, so Shanghai Port. Let's go United States then. LA. But in terms of tonnage, sheer tonnage, Port of Houston brings in more goods than any other. Sheer fucking tonnage. And we export those by rail, plane, and by freight via truck. If the fucking Biden administration wants to fuck around with this state, I am going to tell you it is not going to be pretty. I was like, let our Border Patrol agents in to do their job. Y'all haven't been doing your job for the past 3 fucking years. Our governor was sick and tired of the invasion coming across the border with a fucking flood of fentanyl, killing people, killing fucking the kids and the young adults, where they, you know, where the Border Patrol agents just turn a blind eye. I'm not saying that, you know, the entire department is bad. I'm just saying that they haven't been doing their job. Biden administration, and this was back on the 15th, so yeah, this was on Monday. Feel like curious. Biden administration on Sunday demanded that Texas officials stop preventing federal border agents from entering a section of the border commandeered by state National Guard soldiers last week, calling the actions clearly unconstitutional, according to a letter obtained by CBS News. However, we, as a state, have our own duty and obligation to secure our state when the federal government fails to uphold its end. And I'm telling you now, I'm telling you now, man, they don't want to do this. Now, in the realm of politics and the fucking people that are running, I was having hopes that somebody from my generation would essentially win the nominee. But the fact that he lost and then bow out, it's like you lose one caucus and then you bow out after all the shit you've been talking, after all the shit you've been saying and everything that you've been doing. You bow the fuck out. Dude, what the fuck? And then you endorse Trump after some of the shit you said to him. Well, the only thing I can say is hopefully if you're still serious about changing this country and if Trump's the nominee, hopefully you become his VP, because it's the only thing I see. Either that or fucking what? Secretary of Treasury? Something within his cabinet. But I'm telling you, the dude talked more shit to all the fucking politicians who are bought and paid for. It's crazy. Because Trump absolutely decimated everybody in the Iowa caucus. And it's insane with how commanding of a lead he had in there. I do not foresee anybody else basically running because Tim Scott's out. I believe Nikki Haley will be close to being out. Ron DeSantis is probably going to try to continue, and if he doesn't bow out, it's going to look bad for him. And honestly, if these bureaucratic politicians that want to run and they bow out, they should just go find another job, because clearly they're not up to the task on even trying to continue with what they're doing. Because when you're up to the task of what you're doing, you're taking a look at what taxpayer money is going to. Case in point, HR 8748, Defund Davos Act, where it would prohibit funding for the World Economic Forum, where Klaus Schwartz decided to fund. And they introduced a bill, or the following bill, which was referred to the Committee on Foreign Affairs, to prohibit funding for the World Economic Forum. And the funding, no funds available to the Department of State, United States agencies for international development, or any other department or agency may be used to provide funding for the World Economic Forum. Meaning, the taxpayer money that we use to fucking fund the government, this would no longer be the case. I'm done. If you wanna know more about anything, Congress.gov. Look up any bill in existence. Read over it. It's by far one of the best tools that you can go to. Now, normally I don't, bring up other things within other countries. But I couldn't find the graph that showed. But literally, if this psychopathic maniac has the know-all and the wherewithal to actually see that the U.S. elections were rigged, and other world leaders can see it, and everybody else can see it, might be time to actually start doing a central point. You fucking write it in. Because this psychopath, I mean, I'm just saying, if he can see this shit on the wall, it's bad. It's really bad. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's go with TikTok. Then we're gonna cover fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things by Twitch. The fact that there's 5,000 parents being suing TikTok, claiming the app is poisoning America's youth. I have TikTok. My wife has an account. Our kids do not. And here's the reason. They're being sued by 5,000 parents amid numerous complaints about the app and the death of several children due to viral trends on the platform. TikTok is facing a massive lawsuit as 5,000 parents take action against a viral video sharing app over its alleged effects on their kids. Claims Hero is reporting or is representing these parents after TikTok included a provision in its user agreement in July of last year that only allows plaintiffs to file a claim within 1 year of creating an account, or else risk losing their right to take action permanently. They're saying that the parents are eligible up to $10,000 in damages, saying the app's search algorithm turns the platform into a drug featuring relentless, violent, sexual, and even suicidal content that targets children as young as 12. First and foremost, they should not even have an account. Bark is really good at preventing shit like that from happening. Like, the fact that the parents themselves did not take action in safeguarding their kids. Like, our kids, we monitor everything that they're, what they watch, what they see, who they interact with, and stuff like that. Am I controlling? No. I'm going to ensure that my kids are safe because I know there's no controlling the internet. It's impossible. But what I will say is that the fact that there's a way in other apps that can help mitigate the content that these kids see, and the parents don't explore that option, I don't know. I'm not saying the parents are at fault here. I'm just saying that there's other ways that they could have gone in ensuring that their kids are still here. Oh, Dan Clancy. I swear I need alcohol whenever I read any article about this dude. Or that has him featured. He did not start streaming or showing who he was until Kit came around and had their 95-5 split, by the way. It reveals the best way for new streamers to grow. Oh boy. What would that be? Now, content creators like XQC, former pro player, Valkyrie and Pokemon, lazy streamers that talk down to everybody, and Amarith, who took and exploited certain things of the TOS on Twitch and made a name of herself. Shroud, former pro player. Ninja, former pro player. Gathalion, created Guardian Con and made a name for himself. Dr. Lupo, created a name for himself, although he did snipe Ninja, and that's what bolstered his career into where it's at. Dr. Disrespect, man needs no notion as to who the fuck he is, because he's made a name for himself. Tim the Tatman, same thing. Streaming becoming a more main form, becoming a more mainstream form of content. Many viewers have strived to walk along similar path, hoping to create similar content and engage with their own audience. However, building an audience and growing on sites like Twitch, which is overly fucking saturated, and I'm not just saying overly saturated to say overly saturated, it is ridiculously overly saturated. It's not easy with plenty of streamers to choose from. It can be hard to stand out from the crowd. He revealed his best way for a new streamer to grow and find an audience. The best way to grow on Twitch is to collaborate with other streamers. Gee, why would you want to go into a channel and say, hey, I want to stream with you, or I want to play games with you? Well, if I'm brand new in somebody's channel, and the notion is just have the wherewithal that everybody that comes to your channel may be a streamer or a content creator. And I say, I want to collaborate with you. That's sort of like saying, hey, I want to use you for your abilities. That's how it sounds to me. Now, I've been in this industry for over a decade, live streaming for over 9 years. Networking and collaborating are two different but similar things. You network with other people and you go to other channels that have that similar concept and design and everything. But you can also network within the same form and same realm that you might find the similar tastes of content that you guys like. But what I'm saying is, you do not go into other people's channels like, hey, I want to collab with you. Start building that rapport. You start building up that. You start fostering that connection. You start fostering that business relationship. At the end of the day, streaming is a business. Like, yeah, I do it as an outlet, but at the end of the day, all of my sites are monetized. Every single channel I stream to is monetized. And if you're just getting started into this industry, buckle the fuck up. Now, this is one I actually understand and why I wish they would have done this a few years back. You wouldn't have had to reduce your partners to 50-50 and have them grind up to 350 subs to get a 70-30 split. On top of, you wouldn't have people saying, oh, well, what about the affiliates, who are basically your essential blood force when it comes to this fucking platform. All right. After already cutting roughly 400 jobs early last year, on January 9th, 2024, Bloomberg reported that Twitch was set to lay off a further 35% of its current staff. Now, I said this back in 2020, where if Twitch continued down the path, they wouldn't be a platform by end of 2021, mid 2022. I'm still holding true to what I'm saying. Like, if they don't turn around now, 2025, they're done. And if 2026 rolls and they're still around, holy shit. A handful of the Amazon-owned platform's employees were shown the door amid widespread layouts, which the company's CEO, Dan Clancy, confirmed on a blog post. Just a few days later, Clancy went live on the platform to answer questions from the community, which, not really answering questions if you have your shit locked. Where he revealed that Twitch isn't currently profitable. Not only that, he explained why Twitch is done offering massive contracts to the biggest creators on the site. In the last decade, we've seen major strides from rivals such as YouTube, Facebook, Mixer, and the more recently Kick overtake Twitch's spot in the streaming industry, spending millions on signing streamers to multi-year contracts, which I have an issue with. And after I touch on these, I will explain my issues with things on each platform. While Twitch fought back and signed numerous top streamers to deals, it appears they'll no longer be pulling out their checkbook. Speaking in a live Q&A on January 11th, Clancy, who was appointed as Twitch's CEO in early 2023 after company co-founder Emmett Shear stepped down, explained why the platform is no longer offering massive contracts. I can tell you the cost of retaining those streamers would have been far more than the revenue generated, he said. That is something we've been clear about. We don't want to do that. He added because the only way to do that then is to have this unbalance where we make up for that one smaller streamer, or we make up for that one smaller streamers, and we don't want to do that. If you focus on your smaller streamers more than your actual partners, you would see your platform flourish, but you'll focus on the bigger ones instead of everybody else who's just trying to survive. Like, dude, I'm telling you, if you focused on those who are grinding and striving and everything else, your platform would flourish. Nevertheless, it's not exactly surprising to hear, given Twitch's huge change in direction in October 2023. After years of locking creators to streaming just on their platform, the platform updated guidelines to remove rules prohibiting multi-streams that prohibited streamers from broadcasting to several sites at once. And I'm pleased that was one of the best changes they've ever done. Now, you might remember I touched on this. In February, Twitch is no longer going to have services in Korea. Forgive me if I fuck this. Neo Paradigm Entertainment is sparking speculation from netizens after promising to help South Korean streamers stay on Twitch after the company exited from the country. In December 2023, they revealed that it's halting operations in South Korea. Our network fees in Korea are still 10 times more, and I showed the article and everything here. Twitch is leaving South Korea, but new company promises workaround for streamers. The news hit Korean streamers like a ton of bricks, leaving quite a few high-profile broadcasters worried for their futures. Names like Hot Chubby broke down to tears during a live stream, warning how many of her fans would follow her to another platform like YouTube. However, it looks like a new company is hoping to alleviate these fears by finding a workaround to allow Korean streamers to continue to stream on the platform. In January 24th, basically earlier this month, a new organization called Neo Paradigm Entertainment started making waves on social media, revealing its first members, Nini Bay and Barry0314, in January 13 on Twitter, on posts on Twitter. Neo Paradigm's website claims that the company hopes to connect South and Southeast Asian talent with opportunities in the West, offering services like talent representation, career development, immigration services, even marketing and branding. That is fucking huge. That is somebody saying, I don't agree with what they're doing. We're going to do something about it. That's rolling out something positive in the dark of the negative. They're not just going to let their biggest creators just disappear. Because at the end of it, it's going to be something where it's like they're going to see something in the midst of backlash. So, not going to be good. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy cast doubt on future Prime subs. Dan Clancy has quite a bit of doubt on the future of the popular Prime sub feature in a cryptic answer during his most recent live stream. God. These. Yeah, and there's the fucking player. Just one day after revealed widespread layoffs at Amazon-owned company, he went live on the platform to answer questions of the community. Twitch isn't currently profitable, which is written about the ever-popular Prime sub that gives Amazon Prime subscribers the ability to support one of their favorite creators for free each month. And during the stream, Twitch streamer Loco shared a clip of Dan Clancy responding to a question about the future of Prime subs. Prime is a critical program for many streamers. We've already been looking across the company on how to set us up for the long term. Continue to evolve aspects of our program. It's important for us to make sure Prime still exists in some way. Why not wrap Prime and Turbo into one? You support the streamer, you support the platform. But I don't feel like paying $20 a month. For that. Fuck that. Yeah, there's doubts with there's big time doubts about this. And last but not least, Twitch is not profitable. I guarantee you Amazon's going to say one of two things. You either figure out how to get this ship to be profitable, or we pull the plug. And I'm going to tell you, it's not looking good. They need something for them to be attainable. They need something for that, that boost. And with what I see, it's why I said start diversifying your content. Start pushing it out to more than just one area, because if you're isometric and shit goes down south, you're fucked. Because now you got to build the foundation from the ground up. I have a foundation on every single platform I stream to. Now, my frustrations with every platform have been at the culminating point of when Mixer shut down back in 2020. That is when some of them started. And sometimes it got better, sometimes it got worse. I voiced my disconcern of the ones that got worse. But now, it's at the point where I'm getting more and more agitated. We'll start with Twitch. Twitch has been around forever. They're the global powerhouse right now, currently. But I feel YouTube's going to overtake them for the next year or two, maybe 3. Twitch has the best moderation settings that I've seen thus far. But at the core root of it, they only focus on their top 2% of partners. Not even the platform. Of partners. They only focus on the top 2%. They don't focus on everybody else. If they actually cared about the rest of the platform and wanted to be more profitable, they would focus on the affiliates. And they would start building up the smaller creators that are just right on that cusp of getting their affiliateship. And the affiliates going for a partner. They would focus on them. That is my frustration with Twitch. And why they aren't doing that is beyond me. I don't understand it. Next is Kick. You guys are seriously starting to piss me the fuck off with the signings that I see. Multi-year deal to a fucking sex addict in Fuzi. And he's openly said it. So it's not like I'm sitting here spitting bullshit. Multi-year deals to those who just sit here and talk, who gamble, who don't provide quality fucking content. You got IRL streamers basically walking around being little jackasses and everything else to where they feel as if it's not going to affect them in any manner. You have people that want to push the norm and push the envelope to a degree where they get thrown in jail for being racist in another country. You got people that are being stupid because they got all this fucking money. They feel like they can do something about it. Meanwhile, they have to walk around with a security team so that they don't get hemmed up in public. Because I'm going to tell you straightforward, I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit what your fucking security looks like. I don't give a shit how big you are. If I'm walking out in public and I got my family with me, or hell, if I'm by myself and you're being disrespectful to me and you come at me in a cross manner, we're going to settle like grown-ass adults. Fuck this online bullshit. You better hope to God you're streaming it, because I guarantee you, you're going to become more famous. And that's not a threat. That's a goddamn guarantee. And I'm not sitting there threatening one specific person. But what I will say is, I see the shit that's happening and it baffles me why they allow it to happen. Next, Trovo. But before, actually, we'll touch Trovo. We'll touch on Trovo here in a second. And the only thing about Twitch, like the last thing about Twitch that frustrates the ever living fuck out of me. Not Twitch, Kick, sorry. The only thing that frustrates me with Kick that pisses me the fuck off is the lack of moderation tools. I can only ban and report the same idiot so many times before something gets done. Which is why I said at the beginning, I now have the contacts that I need to contact. I just got to wait until I get paid so I can do this in a professional and legal manner. But what baffles me is it's taken me this long and this much time, where the correct moderation tools that would have existed had y'all not signed all these creators and not focused on, and I don't know what the hell your fucking graphics team was doing, but Jesus Christ, those new emotes were not, the new platform emotes were not the answer. What I will say is, if you had better site moderation tools for the creators, and hell, even the mods that the creators have, you wouldn't be in this predicament. Now, Trovo. I've told y'all before in one of your little community meetings or whatever you wanted, like the community dev streams or whatever, to get rid of the boxes because people still abuse them. I've asked, when are y'all going to work on a console app for streaming to put you head and shoulders above everybody else? Y'all still ain't doing that. Now, y'all are rolling out a perma partner program. Getting rid of the tiered system. About fucking time. My issue with that is y'all fucked me over at least more than one or two occasions. I was just about to qualify for the bronze partner program and the bronze partnership and the green program, and then y'all flipped the fucking analytics on its head when y'all rolled out the PK arena and said, oh, well, if you hit this, you'll be able to get it. Well, the issue that I have is you factored in the PK arena analytics with the watch hours and all the other shit, fucking me over. Not once, but twice. If y'all focused more on promotions instead of this arena bullshit that you keep rolling out and all this little fucking PK bullshit, you may actually be on the competitive level of Facebook gaming. And then if you actually go to conventions and work on everything else and start working on not relying on your creators to promote your site, which is what Glimish did and they failed, and what Brime did and they failed. Brime failed because of that one, and also because they didn't honor their 70-30 payout. And I have a receipt from a $5 sub to prove it. Like if you want any context on anything, 70% of $5, right? Should be $3.50. I got less than 50 cents on a payout. And I have the receipt from PayPal. So if anybody wants to say, oh, no, you don't, no, you don't. All they got to do is load up my PayPal and search for Brime. And I've showed it before. On a very, very big live stream. Or I've shown the live stream before as well. Rumble. I hate the fucking Rumbot. Doesn't work when it wants to work. Whenever it needs to work. It doesn't. You need integration with Stream Elements or Streamlabs. Or hell, even mix it up. Your API is public. I don't understand why you don't do that. And same thing as I said about Kick. Y'all need better fucking site moderation tools. And your support needs to actually respond to the creators. Because at the end of the day, where we create the content, we're creating content for your platform. If we don't feel safe in our area where we create content because some assholes circumventing the TOS, community guidelines, and law and causing grief on us, your terms are your terms. But you being the overall platform and having the means to implement different changes and actually implement safety and standards, you face the realm of a lot more litigation than you think. That's why I'm glad Facebook Gaming, if it's still around, they had that they had their site moderations to where it's not as easy to circumvent a ban evasion. Same thing with YouTube. Good fucking luck with Google. The other two sites that I stream to, I don't need to worry about that. Because I'm in both Discords, and all I have to do is just DM a staff member. And let them take that, handle it from there. Because when you are a smaller platform and you have creators of all sizes that are in your Discord and you're actually able to communicate with them with ease, that's it. But aside from that, I'm back to live streaming. I'm still going to be trying to actively look for something for essentially for the better financials, and also either monthly or bi-monthly, which would be every 2 weeks. I'm just gonna bring in somebody at random, or hell, maybe even just have a fucking bullshit session on shit that we see. If you want in on that, join the Discord. I'm not just gonna bring anybody randomly from the comments. If you want the link, go to the freaking bio.link. My Discord link's in that. If you want to catch me live, Monday through Saturday, and I'm doing Saturdays as a half day, check the description down below and all the other stuff, because I stream to 6 areas at once, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And as I said before, I ain't stopping. But I will tell you, I'm going to be on a scheduled rotation come February, depending on how things go. Like that's the goal. Like midpoint February into February, I should be on a rotation of games, because I got Guild Wars. I got Power World, which is fun as fuck. And screw what all the jealous Pokemon fans are. They're just upset that their developer didn't, come up with this first. Foxhole, Tarkov, the simulation games. So it's actually gonna be interesting. And then Destiny 2 with the moments of triumph 2023, and then everything else. So look forward to some interesting things, and also with the content rotation and weekly uploads and everything else. So until then, I'll catch you on the stream, and thank you all for tuning in. If you would do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe, and maybe swing by the channel, because late night streaming, I don't know, maybe I go daytime. But until then, ciao guys.